check this out. Let me be honest. Today has been a little rough. And I say rough because I've been out of touch today. I mean, just you ever had them days where you just in a funk. Like that's just the best way to describe it. Like you just off kilter. Like it's just like you there, but you're not there. Today I was rolling on autopilot. Rolling straight on autopilot. So, as I thought that, like, I talked to my therapist, but I was like, yeah, I just, I'm feeling a little off. Just feeling a little off. And so, as we were talking through it, she gave me this recommendation. She was like, look, um, she was like, I want you to go home and I want you to try this meditation, right? So I tried this meditation, and it was actually phenomenal. But let me be clear about today. So this is the big thing for me. Like I think this was huge for me today because I haven't felt this way in a really long time. Like probably maybe months. And so, what I was able to experience today was just being like completely unconscious. Like, I just felt it. I mean, I just felt like I was there, but I was not there. Like, my mind was just wandering, like thinking about completely off kilter, like just going down the rabbit hole. And so, yeah, I was just off. And so, at first, as I was going through the day, I was trying to like just get rid of the feeling. Like I was like, okay, I'm gonna read. Okay, maybe this will help when I go talk to my therapist. Okay, well maybe this, maybe this will do that. And essentially what it came down to was like I was trying to get rid of the feelings, right? And so one of the things I've learned as I've gone through this process of growth is when you feel things, you gotta dig deeper and figure out where it's coming from. So my thought was today was like I'm feeling uncomfortable, I'm feeling away, I'm feeling just weird, just off, completely unconscious today. And so I was like, well, I'm just gonna try to get rid of it. Like just skip over the fact of feeling the feelings. I'm just gonna just try to get rid of it. Maybe I'll read something, maybe I'll, whatever. But as I spoke to just a second ago, she recommended this meditation when I got home. And so I was like, okay, let my dogs out, take care. I'm gonna try it. So I tried it. And I mean, what I realized was that, the thing is this. Is number one, it's okay to have feelings where it's not always happy-go-lucky. Like, I'm usually, like, bouncing off the walls, whatever. But today I wasn't that. I wasn't that. And it was like, dude, it's alright. And so I think sometimes, or at least I found with myself, and, is that we try to get rid of, like, uncomfortable feelings, right? Like, we would try to run, at least I do. I run other directions, like, okay, what can I do to get rid of this? Can I read a book? Can you give me some steps? What can I do to get out of these uncomfortable feelings? And so, the thing was that, it's alright. Like, it's cool to have uncomfortable feelings. It's cool to not be okay for a second. It's alright. Like, I literally get that. I get that. And I'm sure this will come up again. But the thing is that having compassion for ourselves and understanding it's okay to not be okay. Like, it's alright. You know what I'm saying? Like, today I was off. Completely off, completely unconscious, just completely out of my element. I felt like I wasn't me today. Like, that's what I felt like. Just, and now if you think about, like, my sure thing answer this morning, I was like, yeah, I think I'm alright. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I wasn't. Like, I was off today. And so, yeah, that was the first thing. And then I think the second thing was, like, we have to go within. Like, when you feel those uncomfortable feelings, because they come up all day if we really pay attention. Like, the uncomfortable feelings, the intuition, the gut, the things like that. Like, we have to listen to those things, right? And so instead of skipping over the let me get rid of this feeling, you gotta feel it. Like, you gotta go within yourself. And I think that's what the meditation, that's what came up for me. It was like, you gotta go inside, you know? Nothing outside of me is gonna make this go away. No book is gonna solve whatever you feeling. No, no person is gonna solve what you feeling. No, and I didn't even opt to really talk to anybody. Because I was like, yeah, I don't, I'm gonna have to go. I think I'm gonna have to go inside here. So, yeah, the first thing was just being okay with uncomfortable feelings. They aren't always the best. Like, when it's like a little off, but that's okay. It's alright. You know what I'm saying? Like, I survived. I'm still here at the end of the day, and I bounced back. I bounced back because I'm telling you, I felt like a zombie today. I was like on straight autopilot. Like, straight autopilot. I'm okay. I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna do a couple emails. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna, just completely unconscious today. Just off. Just it. Like I was telling my therapist. I said, like, I felt like my head was up my butt today. Like, that's what I felt like. I was just off. Just completely off. So yeah, uncomfortable feelings are totally okay. Like, they're totally fine. And that also, when we have those uncomfortable feelings, um, instead of avoiding them as I did today, like, I just kind of avoided them. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna try to fix this. Just try to fix it. But instead of trying to fix it, like, sit with it. Go into that feeling. Try to discover, where is this coming from? What's the underlying issues? Why am I in this funk? Like, why am I just on autopilot today? Like, what's going on here? And I uncovered a lot of layers. You just gotta go inside. You have to go inside to get those answers. So that was my big takeaway today, is that when you experience those days where you feel as if you're on autopilot. Oh, this is the other thing that I realized. This is the other thing I had to realize. Is that, I think one of the things was, I realized that when I'm in that little funk, that's because I'm trying to control, or I'm worried, or I'm trying to control things that are beyond me, right? And so the other part of that was that I realized, I said, you only can control yourself, and you have to go within. Like, you have to go within. Even more so, like, when I get those feelings, or when I get that I'm trying to control, and I'm trying to play God, and I want to know what's gonna happen, and this, that, and the other. That's all the more reason that instead of, like, even in spite of the feelings that you have, like, because the thing that also came up for me was fear. I was like, oh, I'm so afraid. I feel like a 5-year-old. Like, I'm afraid. And so, even in spite of that, like, you have to move towards the fear. Instead of trying to avoid it and jump over and not acknowledge to yourself that, oh my gosh, I'm scared shitless. Like, instead of saying that, then, you just you gotta dig in. You gotta get in touch. You gotta, connect with those feelings. So that was my big takeaway, that number one, it's all right, or it is okay to have uncomfortable feelings, because that's always been tough for me. Is to just, when I have tough feelings, I just want to run from them. Hey, let's go the other direction. Get me out of here quick. But it's okay to sit with those sometimes. And then the second thing was that you have to go within, right? So going within, the answers don't necessarily, I think sometimes they can come in a sense from, like, a message, like the universe, like someone can drop something on you like that. But I think essentially the answers and the feelings, we got to go within and feel those uncomfortable feelings, and ask questions and get curious as far as, like, where these feelings coming from. So, and then the third piece, as I spoke to, I said, that I experienced what I was afraid. Like, I was afraid. And so what I realized was, I was letting that fear, I was just hitting the wall and saying, like a 5-year-old, like, I'm not going, I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it. But instead, go anyway. Like, reach toward that thing. Like, what I've been doing since the beginning of the year is just creating super uncomfortable situations for myself. Like The other night I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna use my phone after 6 o'clock. Like I ain't gonna text. I'm gonna get in the bed and I'm just gonna read. Oh, cell phone is like your hand, right? It's freaking hard. So, yeah. But I did it. I survived it. I mean, I didn't flinch. It was alright. So, yeah, that was my big takeaway today. This is my soapbox. But please subscribe, please share, because guess what, baby? It's all love. But it's the dorky jock signing off. You see that? Baby! And I'm out.